Welcome to another weekly vlog. This is Monday, October 26th. My birthday was on Saturday, and a lot of people wish me happy birthday. I very, very much appreciate it. I had a really good weekend. Spent time with the wife, the family. We didn't have an official birthday party yet because my birthday is a week before my mother's birthday. So we standardly actually hold those together. Usually right around her birthday, we will do a combined hers and mine birthday party thing, family get together, trade gifts, stuff like that. So that is probably going to be this coming weekend. Things have been going really, really good. Let's see, this past Friday, Guild Wars 2 The Heart of Thorns launched. That actually dropped an expansion to Guild Wars 2. It's been fun. It has definitely not been what I expected. There's a big shift in design philosophy from the original Guild Wars 2 to the Heart of Thorns expansion. They are trying to make things last longer. They're trying to give you more incentive to keep playing longer, more character progress and development, which means the progress mechanisms that they have built into it take a lot more work. And it's a bit jarring at first, transitioning from the old world to this new world. There's definitely a lot of adjustments. There's some very, very kind of culture shock almost things where you're confused. You don't really understand why some things are so expensive, and they do have their reasons for it. It makes sense in their mind, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I'm curious. I'm looking forward to it. I have been having fun with it. It is a bit of a letdown because you can't start using the elite class right away. Even if you have some hero points saved up, the elite class specialization system in that is so expensive that you cannot just step into it, fully spec into it, and start using it for the expansion. Really, you're not going to be able to have that class in a usable state until after you're finished with the expansion, which I think is actually a design mistake on their part. But I'm not going to go over that here. I'm going to actually put a dedicated video up on the second channel about the whole thing, basically, about how the elite specialization system works, where you get the points for it, the new masteries, guides, etc., etc. I do recommend everybody goes to dulfy.net. That is DULFY.net. It is a great website. She is a player for Star Wars The Old Republic and for Guild Wars 2. And she does amazing guides on that website. A lot of it is her. A lot of it is also community submitted stuff, but it is very quality guides, maps, and layouts, step by step on how to do specific things, dungeon guides. Well, Dulpy has started putting up guides, in-depth guides for the hero points and how to get your hero points to advance your character in this new elite specialization system. Those have been put up for 2 of the new zones. I think there's 4 zones total, but 2 of the new zones have been put up, have guides put up. That is Auric Basin and Maguma Jungle. I mean, Verdant Brink. So Verdant Brink and Auric Basin, the first 2 kind of zones that you go through, those 2 have actually got guides set up. I really recommend you actually go look at those. Again, I will be going over those in another video, going over basically the state of Heart of Thorns as it stands right now. Let's see, what else has been going on? We had Hurricane Patricia. That was a Pacific hurricane. Those usually don't reach this far and hit Texas, but it started off as a Pacific Ocean hurricane, traversed Mexico as a hurricane. In the process of going across Mexico into the Gulf of Mexico, it downgraded to a tropical storm. And by the time it hit us, it was Tropical Storm Patricia, but it was slowing down and weakening so much. Apparently, the entire system made it far enough that it actually hit Georgia, and they got some of the rain. But by that point in time, it wasn't even a tropical storm. It was just a weather system, I think of tropical depression. I can't remember. Anyway, whatever is below a tropical storm. We got lots and lots of rain, but it was not heavy enough in that short a time to cause any severe flooding. There were some streets that had some high water, but in the grand scheme of things, it was actually not too bad. So we fared very well with that, and we definitely needed the water. There's been a problem over the last 2 years with yards and brown spots where the grass is dying because we're so far behind on our water rates, and because temperatures have been going up so much. in recent years that the grass down here in people's front yards isn't surviving very well. So yeah, people can't keep up with watering rates and keeping their yards hydrated. Oh gosh, let's see what else is going on. YouTube Red got announced last week. YouTube Red is a new subscription system being launched by YouTube, and it's basically going to be $10 a month. It's only in the US for the first couple of months. They are going to be launching it in other countries later, but it's only in the US right now. And what it is you pay $10 a month for a completely, universally ad-free experience. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, I use an ad blocker. So what? Does this concern me? Well, for $10 a month, you're not only turning off ads, you're also giving some of the revenue from that $10 a month subscription to all the channels you watch. So basically, when you're watching videos on channels, I think it's going to be per view. That's my theory. Per unique view. Basically, when you look at a video and it shows views, that is per unique view. That means that there's been a person has viewed that once. And in theory, reviews do not count towards that actual number. So just watching the same video over and over on my computer does not make the view count go up, because only the first time is a unique view. So what I think they're going to do is every time you get a unique view from a YouTube Red subscriber, you'll get a little chunk of change. It could be 25 cents. It could be 5 cents. It could be $5. I don't know. We won't know until probably late November, early December, once people have actually started paying for it and using it, and then the 30-day delay also for it hitting our AdSense accounts and yada, yada, yada. Basically, I don't expect we're actually going to know numbers until December. But YouTube Red means that if you use ad block, well, you can, but you still want to support your favorite YouTubers somehow. YouTube Red is the way to do it. YouTube Red gives a little bit of that subscription money, that $10 a month, a little bit of it goes to each channel that you support. Now, that's another mystery. We do not know how that cut system is going to work. If it subdivides so far, or if you're flagging certain channels that you want to specifically divide up your $10 a month between, not sure. There's a lot of questions about the platform, the update that we still don't know. But perk number 2 is that it is actually going to let you download videos for offline use. This is going to be especially useful with mobile devices. Mobile devices or smart, iPad type things, tablets. Lost for words there on tablet. It escaped my brain. But I think that basically what we're going to end up seeing is some people, a very small percentage of people, will actually jump to YouTube Red very quickly. The diehard people, the diehard, Markiplier supporters, or the diehard PewDiePie supporters, or whatever, those people will jump very early to support their favorite YouTubers. And I don't know also if downloading a video for offline viewing, if that gives us another little cut of that YouTube Red money. I'm not sure. There is still a lot of questions involved in the system. Do I think it's a good thing? Yes, I do. That is not just from the standpoint of a creator, that's the standpoint of a watcher. I have a lot of YouTubers that I watch as a viewer that I would love to be able to support. However, not all of them have like Patreon. A lot of them have Patreons, but I can only support so many of them for $1 a month or $5 a month and feel like I'm actually doing something. Plus, I do want to support them by watching ads, and I do try, but there are weeks where I have to turn on ad blocker on YouTube, specifically because the ad system for that week is so invasive by YouTube that it makes watching videos less easy, basically. The best example of this is periodically on the front page, right across here, this section of the front page, it'll have YouTube, and then just below that, it'll have a banner ad. And that banner ad will actually play audio. It's usually for a truck or a car. It'll play audio, and it automatically sets my volume for every video at 100%. So every time I go from the front page to a new video, my volume on videos is set to 100%, and I normally keep it like 20 or 20 20 or 30. So that is a blaring sound. It actually killed my old speakers because it was doing that. So there's a point where I have to turn on ad blocker, but I still want to support my YouTubers. Some of them use Google tip jar. I have used that several times. It seems like nobody uses it, but the Google, support your YouTuber. It's in the, it's over here in this corner, right on the top right, just under their banner. You'll see a thing that says, support this channel or something like that. And they'll have a little, tip jar. Use it only if you think I deserve it. Pretty much nobody uses that. I have never gotten a single tip through that, ever. And most people I know have never gotten a tip through it either. I've talked to some people that have 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 viewer channels, sub channels. Nobody ever uses the tip jar system. I don't know why. I do use it, but it's still a factor of, let's say I'm one of those people that don't like the idea of the Google tip jar for whatever reason. Maybe YouTube Red would be a better suit for me. I pay a flat $10 a month fee, and it gets divided up amongst the YouTubers that I watch as a YouTube Red supporter. I do think it's a good thing. I think it's going to be good. YouTube is still going to exist for free. You will still be able to upload videos for free. There's not going to be any limitations on that. Basically, this is just going to be a new method for viewers to be able to financially support their YouTubers, favorite YouTubers, without putting up with ads. And I actually think that's a big improvement because the ad market system is not going to stay going for long. It's already crashing since this past January. The actual amount that you get per ad and revenue per channel and per view, all that stuff has been on a steady decline since pretty much January of this year. And I think it's just going to get worse this coming January. Christmas is going to hit. There's going to be a little bit of an upswing. And then as soon as Christmas is over, New Year's happens, there's going to be another rapid drop, even farther below what it was this year. And I think it's just going to do that whole system up and down, farther over the next few years. And I think YouTube recognizes that, and they're looking for new ways for YouTube creators like myself to be able to still do what they love doing. So I think YouTube Red's a good thing. YouTube Gaming has seen a lot of improvements. They're rolling out APIs, but that's not the biggest API changes. They're rolling out web interface changes, improvements to the system, but that's not the important part. The important part is there is now a YouTube Gaming subreddit. You go to reddit.com/r/YouTube Gaming. That is actually a subreddit devoted specifically to YouTube Gaming itself, the platform, using it, getting used to it, bugs that have been found, improvement suggestions, and there are devs from the YouTube Gaming team that actually hang out on that subreddit. They listen to suggestions, they reply to questions, and they're really nice and helpful people. So if you have suggestions for how to improve YouTube Gaming, ideas for how to make it a better platform, that is the place that you can go and easily submit suggestions, spitball ideas. Another YouTuber friend of mine, a guy named Dogeth, has been actually spending a lot of time on that YouTube subreddit, YouTube Gaming subreddit, and interacting with the devs for it a lot, and really, really good stuff. He's been doing good work there, trying to get improvements made to the platform, and overall, I think it's going to be great. Let's see. On to business at hand. I'm in a bit of a down period because I ended up having to end Forgecraft 2 because the servers got problems, basically. Shocker there. We wrapped up season 2 of Vaygrim's Chance. I'm working on the season 3 mod pack, but it's in early alpha, maybe early beta, but it's in alpha, I think right now, pretty much. It's early on. I'm hoping that by end of November, it will be in a state where we can actually have 1.0 released and I can start the series for season 3. We'll have to see though. What am I doing with the main channel in the meantime? I've got Minecraft story mode, but I finished that. That's at most 4 to 6 episodes per chapter. So that's going to be very short and sporadic. Oh gosh. Let me think. What else? I also don't know when the future chapters of that are going to be getting released. I have no clue what the release schedule for that is. So Minecraft story mode is happening, but it's not much of a content filler. In the meantime, what I'm going to start doing is trying to work on mod guides and hot blocks episodes, and maybe some one-off stuff, build ideas, things like that. Maybe some one-off Grimco construction episodes. That is kind of what I'm thinking right now. I keep trying to find some minigame servers that I have a good connection to, but most of the ones I have are in Europe, and I have problems with like getting stuck in dead-end lobbies or too much of a delay, all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm still working on that. But that is the plan for the primary channel right now. The primary channel is not going to be as active. There's not going to be content every single day like there normally is. Like today, I have nothing on the agenda for the primary channel. It's just going to be that way. But hopefully it'll start picking up towards November, into November. And by end of November, maybe early December, we'll see season 3 for Vaygrim's Chance start off. Who knows? If you are interested in helping me out and getting on the actual test server for Vaygrim's Chance, I have a perk set up for Patreon. People that decide they want to support me on Patreon. If you donate $5 or more, you actually get a guaranteed slot on the test server. That also means that you will actually get listed in the credits for testers when the mod pack goes out. We're planning on having an in-game book that we can actually have people get when they spawn in for the first time. Kind of like those books you get from Open Blocks. And we're going to list out pack basic idea and concept behind the pack, information about my channel. We're also going to put up information about my website and all sorts of stuff like that. But it's going to have a section for all the people that helped make it. Like Matabase is the pack head. He's the pack creator basically right now. We're going to have, all the people that helped me run the server, that helped me test. All those people will be listed there, and you can get your name listed in as well. So I think that's going to be really, really good. Otherwise, I do think that the primary channel is going to be a little slow for the time being. And that's just the way it is. I've got a lot of stuff coming up on the secondary channel, though. There's all of a sudden this big surge of things that I want to do in Guild Wars 2. Oh gosh, what else has been coming out? Ferg gave me a copy of the Don't Starve bundle. So I have Don't Starve Together, multiplayer. I think it's an interesting game. I just can't play it on some of the harder difficulty settings. I would probably keep it on easier settings. I am curious to see if I could try that out and maybe try some multiplayer stuff. Interest in Guild of Dungeoneering seems to have waned, and I've been hitting some difficult points on it. People did like it, but the views were kind of down. I am playing through System Shock 2 on and off, and the views for that are bad. They're not great, but that is one of my favorite games of all time, System Shock 1 and System Shock 2. So I'm playing through System Shock 1, the good old games enhanced edition version that somebody gave me. I'm playing through that to kind of, just kind of relive some of that old nostalgia that I had to see how far I can get into the game. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. It does have low views, but I'm going to keep it up on the channel. In the meantime, we're hitting the home stretch for Dishonored and Alien Isolation. I think we're probably at the 65% mark on a bad guess. I'm not sure. I do think we're across the halfway mark, but I'm not 100% sure on how far. We'll see. I'm really still psyched about that game. I'm in it to win it, if I can. Lastly, but not leastly. Yeah, we'll go with that. Adobe. I have been fortunate enough to get a surge in Patreon support, so I'm going to be starting off November 1st. I'm going to be starting off a subscription to Adobe Premiere Pro on the Creative Cloud service. This is actually going to improve my workflow quite a bit because there's a program that comes with it called Adobe Media Encoder. And what that means is I can edit a project in Adobe Premiere Pro and then queue it for rendering. And that passes it over to Adobe Media Encoder. I can then go and get another video, edit it, queue it up, edit a new one, queue it up, and I can actually flag all of those to not only render the whole queue, but publish to each channel with video details. The only thing I can't do with it is thumbnails. And I can't do scheduling. I have to flag it as private. But what this means is I can actually do overnight editing and rendering, which means I have more of my day free. And this excites me a lot. I cannot wait to actually get this up and going. I'm real eager to see how I can actually use it. So stay tuned. I might actually do some basic tutorials. Now, this is not going to be high-level stuff. This is going to be entry-level, beginner-level stuff. I'm probably going to be seeking some tips from some of the people I know that still use it, that are more knowledgeable, like Teddy here, or Bevo LJ, or Cyanide X. But for the most part, this is going to be, newbies first Adobe Premiere video edit. that kind of stuff. We'll see. Keep your eyes open. That will actually be going here on the third channel. I'm going to wrap this video up. I will catch you guys later. Have a good week. Bye-bye.